Welcome to the Adhocracy Show. On today's show,
Market Segmentation Theory,
gendered products and you.
and True and False Gendered Products Game.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm David Landeen.
And I'm JD Melville. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. This is the Adhocracy Show, the show about marketing, advertising, art, and design. We're glad to have you. While you're sitting here...
Hey, guess what? I found out something the other day. I was sitting on my computer, and I was looking at this video, and there's this little thumbs up button thing.
Oh.
It kind of looked like this, and I clicked it, and it was amazing. It was like the greatest experience of my life. You should try it on this video.
Yeah, absolutely. Click that little thumbs up button. As well, click the subscribe button, especially if you're new.
Because if you think the thumbs up button was fun, the
Get
subscribe
ready.
button, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, because every Monday we have a new show.
And you can find out about that show.
And you're going to love this show. In fact, today, are you excited about this?
I'm very excited about this.
We have a game to play. But first, if you haven't known our show before, we also have a pre-show where we shoot kind of to get ready. We have mistakes. We kind of get our tongues loose. We answer the scientific questions that will have you, the viewer, falling in love with us. So make sure you go after the video, right now, pause this, whatever you'd like.
Yeah. The topic today, though, that we discussed before the show.
Yeah.
Crying and Hamilton.
Yeah.
They kind of go together.
Krang and Hamilton. That sounds fantastic. I like that. All right. So let's get into this. We're going to talk about gendered products. What is a gendered product, David?
It's a product with a gender.
Yes, indeed.
No, it's not. Explain to us what a gendered product is, JD.
Well, you may have walked down the aisle and looked to the left and the right and were like, okay, that's a product for men, that's a product for women.
I know there is one aisle that I walk down that I know that there's a lot of products for women.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't really like that. I mean, it's an interesting aisle.
You may have grown up being told that you shouldn't play with this toy because it's to insert the gender that you fear.
In my
that is
case,
opposite.
well, I grew up with sisters, so Barbies, My Little Ponies, Care Bears, Treasure Trolls.
Yeah, and for girls, it was, don't play with G.I. Joes, don't play with tanks, don't play with cars, guns, blah, blah, blah. Basically pushing a gender one way or another.
Yeah.
Now, this comes off of what's called market segmentation theory. The idea being that you basically segment your audience into different markets that have different interests, and you're able to sell to them the same product just in different ways. So you can sell more of that product because it applies maybe a little bit more to them. In this particular instance, we're talking about, okay, male and female, or the gender, what people get into. We're not going to get into that. That's not really what we're talking about here. But really, there are some interesting issues that can arise in this. But I mean, market segmentation makes sense. For a business, there are people whose sales just grow globally because they segment their market. It's a great idea. But one of the issues is the idea of inequality and stereotyping.
Okay. All right.
And you've seen that before.
Yeah, I have. I mean, we've seen many stories right now about, they don't have. They seem to market Legos only to boys. Mm-hmm. That they don't have any, girl Dr. Legos or anything. It's like that's been one thing that I've definitely seen.
Well, and if you look back, Legos in particular, they were marketed just as building block toys.
Yeah, and now they seem to just have swayed.
Yeah, you've got princesses, you've got the fairy elves, you have,
and there's companies that are trying to fight against it. I mean, Goldie Blocks is a great example of trying to get a different gender into a mainly male-driven building I don't remember the engineering type thing.
Yeah.
So
and this I mean that really hits onto maybe the deeper seed of this is that there are toys that you can get the boy doctor toys or you can get the girl nurse toys. And so
true.
In some ways it creates this inequality of, boys do this better or boys are more interested in science and
the
math
boys are kings, the girls are princesses. It's kind of
a step down, not a queen, a princess. And in a lot of cases, I mean, it may not be. I mean, it makes sense, and they're not, being malicious in the way they do this, but it should be looked at and thought about. And no matter where you stand on the gender issue, it can even get trickier with pricing, because there are products that for women are about almost the exact same or even a little bit less, and they cost more.
Really?
So women, and you never see it because you like you said, you stay away from that ones or no.
Yeah.
But there's also, pandering to the audience. There's not we see ads where, wives are all mad at their husbands and husbands are lazy and dumb and can't ever find yogurt in a fridge. I think we talked about that before. So to prove this point, we're going to play a game. True or false gendered products. All right, Debbie Landeen, are you ready for this?
I am absolutely ready for this.
All right. I've got a couple questions here. I'm going to describe to you a product, its use, benefits, features, some of those things. And you have to tell me whether the product is real, was really actually gendered, or if it's one that I made up.
Okay.
And there is a nice little prize. If you get, let's say 4 out of 6
All right.
on here, I have a nice little prize for you.
Okay.
Number 1, you, David Landeen, being a man,
Which I am.
have a nose.
I do.
We talked about noses in the last one. That is a factory for mucus, boogers, phlegm that just cannot be handled by those silly little tissues. You don't need any of those frilly designs, special inserted ointments, or silly purse-sized travel packs. You need man-sized tissues. Is it true or false?
Oh, man-sized tissues?
Man-sized tissues. Is this true gendered product, or did I make this up?
It's men below their nose. They have manly boogers. Is that what they're trying to say? I'm gonna say this is true for 2 reasons. Number 1, because I feel like a guy would come up with a product like this, and number 2, because it's the first question. Usually, first question is true.
You are correct. Yes. There are the Kleenex man-sized tissues.
That is insane.
It's great. I love that.
Oh.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
Number 2. You and your wife have kids.
We do actually.
You do have kids.
Yeah.
Kids can get loud.
That's absolutely true.
Very loud. So earplugs are definitely a product that you could be using to mitigate such things.
Okay.
But you just can't buy any old earplugs. You, David, need the bigger, manlier, bluer earplugs that are described as extreme.
The extreme blue man earplugs.
For your extra sensory dad ears.
Yeah.
Of course. Your wife, however, needs the smaller, pinker, silkier, soft ones for her gentle ears. And also, let me just point out that these just happen to be 50% more. Or 50 cents more.
50 cents more for the soft earplugs.
For the softer, smaller, soft earplugs.
Man extreme earplugs.
True or false?
I would say...
You're going to be so torn, aren't you?
I am. I'm so torn because it sounds so plausible. But at the same time, I desperately want this to be false.
Am I that good of making up a false product? Or is it true?
This is true. I think there are feminine earplugs out there. I'm going to say true.
It is true. And here it is. It's the Heroes earplugs. It got a lot of attention for this very reason.
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Okay.
Number 3.
Okay.
You're out on your ranch. You don't have a ranch, but just imagine a ranch.
I'm on a ranch.
You're moving the cows along when a hankering comes along.
A hankering for what?
Oh, you're hungry.
Oh, okay.
But you can't get all the way back to the house to get yourself a meal. You need a little snack. So you bring along a snack.
What do I bring?
Now, first I have to ask you, are you a cowboy or a cowgirl?
Well, I'm a cowboy.
The reason why I ask is because you can either bring cowboy bark or cowgirl bark. True or false gendered product?
Oh, this... What? This has got to be false. There's no, like... No, it's false. False.
I'm sorry, David Landeen, it is true.
What?
This is the Trader Joe's Cowboy and Cowgirl bark.
I thought Trader Joe's was still, like, progressive. What the
Two
heck?
separate, different flavors of bark.
Like, what is this jerky, or is this...
No, it's just like, it's like a brittle.
Oh.
It's got stuff to it, all sorts of little knickknacks and stuff.
No, that's ridiculous.
All right.
No.
Are you ready for this?
Okay.
Men don't have periods.
Thank goodness.
But we do
Praise
have to
the
be
Lord.
careful, because coughing, sneezing, or movements after a particularly gritty street taco can really cause an issue. At least in the backside. That's why they developed man ponds.
Oh my word!
A little something
true. This is hilarious.
to keep you clean and safe. Is this true or false?
I gotta say true. This is just hilarious. Come on, let this be true.
This one is false.
Oh!
This has actually been shown on. There was Robin Big. It was a show. Rob Dyrdek and Big Black. He the bodyguard.
That's hilarious.
They sort of had a funny episode with that. They made a fake thing, and then there was a YouTube video out there that also kind of shows if men did have periods, then this is how man ponds would be advertised, which is hilarious. We'll put a link in the description below.
Yeah, I gotta see that.
All right, you need to get these next
Wait,
two
so I have to
right.
get two right?
You
Oh,
have to get
dang
these
it.
next two
Oh,
right.
no.
You ready?
Yeah.
Number 5.
Okay.
Maybe one of your darling daughters is interested in space, science, or computers. She has a very active and curious mind. Well, the obvious choices are telescope, microscope, or maybe even a toy laptop, right? Just to get those things going.
Yep.
Tons of them out there, but there are girl versions. Can you believe it? Though they just happen to be less powerful and have less functions.
What?
True or false? Gendered product.
I want this to be false because that's ridiculous, but knowing the world we live in, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with true.
Is that your final answer?
You haven't asked that before.
I haven't.
No. Yes.
It is true.
Oh,
There are several different ones that we found.
that's terrible.
It is. And the girl version is like for the microscope was 600 times the view, where the other like black ones, sciencey ones were 900 or 1200. The telescope was 90 times, where the other versions were 250 and 525. And then the laptop, the toy laptop, had 50 functions for the boys and 25 functions for the girls at a pretty similar cost. So
That's ridiculous.
There's a problem
Yeah,
there.
yeah. There's an issue.
All right. Are you ready for the last one? Are you ready
It
to
all
get
comes down to this.
You have to get this right. I did not say that either way you're going to get a prize.
Oh,
But
the functionality of it.
the functionality of it will depend on whether you get it right or not. For some reason, as a man, fragrances just don't hit you right.
Okay.
Scents just aren't there either. You need man smells. And what a better way to show your manliness and just absolute power with a candle. Of course, available in beer, bacon, camouflage, man cave, golf course, new car, gunpowder, auto shop, campfire smoke, wood shop, leather, and the like. True or false?
Man candles.
Man candles.
Are they called mandals? They should be called mandals.
Is this true or false?
Are mandals real?
Are mandals real?
No. No, they're false.
I'm sorry, David Landeen, but that is incorrect.
No!
This is true. There are different types of and different companies. One actually being called
Mandals?
Mandals.
Mandals are real.
Well, congratulations, David
I figured
Landeen.
I was like I figured that like they probably existed, but I didn't think that they were actually like marketed that way, like towards men. I thought they just were like, here's candles and here's all these different flavors.
No,
but
yeah, they actually have. They have like offshoot brands that are selling them. I even saw some from Yankee Candle.
Wow.
I think it was Yankee Candle, a pretty big brand name of candles.
So having lost, do I get the man prize or the woman
So here's
prize?
the prize. We'll show the image of it. It is a little gift basket. The one that I will get to keep is the man version that has the Dove Men Care. It has the darker. It has a banana boat sunscreen with an included razor that was the same price as this normal version of the thing, and then you get this pink one with the Dove pink bar. So you won't be able to use any of these products. You'll have to give them to your wife.
She'll be happy that I lost.
All right, so that was our real or fake gendered product. Let us know in the comments below what you thought. Have there been any out there that you saw that kind of pushed that limit?
Yeah, that's insane. Also, you can let us know on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, and make sure you follow us on all of those, because we are going to. There's some that we weren't able to talk about, and we're going to be putting those out on Facebook later this week. So go follow us on there.
Absolutely. Follow us, like us, share with us. And for the made up fact of the day,
okay,
if you subscribe to our videos, just click the little link below.
Yeah.
A marketer and product company will realize that they are gendering a product incorrectly.
So you can cure gender inequality with liking and subscribing.
And he got
Anyway, so there's this part in this episode that's just this heartbreaking thing. I'm just on my run and just like tears coming to my eyes. I'm just like, this is so sad.